The greatest podcast for elite losers is back again. We have done, I think, 4 weeks in a row, and every week I upload this video and upload the podcast, it does worse. So I don't know what's happening. I think there's a situation, diminishing returns, where this is diminishing returns, where I'm
zero idea what
diminishing returns means that the more I'm posting, the less people are watching. So if I don't post, my views would not go down. That's what diminishing...
Yeah, it's an age-old term, and it's about posting on the algorithm.
Speaking of the algorithm, we got deleted. We got zucked. So that's the expression for those who don't know anything about, who are not social media warriors. We got zucked. The Two Goons podcast was no violations, was doing 30 million views a month, and no violations, got fucking wiped out one day on the algorithm. And here we are with we have contractual obligations, we have sponsors, and we cannot post our viral videos on the internet. Well, we had to start a new account. That's why you have to do backup accounts. Because, for those who don't know, the Instagram is a private company, and obviously they can do whatever they want to do with their private business. Just like if I owned a private business, I just wouldn't want everyone to come in there and shit in there. That's kind of what Instagram is doing, is they own a restaurant, and they're like, we get to decide who gets to shit in our place. And when you're interviewing porn stars, they don't want you shitting in their place for some reason, which is so funny because me and Durena have always talked about this. The truth of every platform, they're all built by hot people. Hot people, hot tits and ass, not even hot men. Every platform on social media revolves... Let's do that one again, just so we can get a clean take if we want this as a clip. Every platform on social media revolves around cleavage and ass. And then they build it, and once you build it, the sponsors come, and once the sponsors come, no more TNA. It has to be like a sophisticated TNA. But the truth be told, yes, there are losers watching videos of dogs getting rescued. Those beagles, I actually watch that stuff and I actually tear up. But there are losers that go on social media and all they do is they watch videos of dog rescues, which I love. But it's sad. You can't just do that. That's the equivalent of those people who just watch videos about politics. Are you like, I actually wonder if you're someone who just doom scrolls. Like, I wonder about Robert De Niro, and this is, I'm not neither right nor left, or Brad Garrett, and I'm not right nor left.
Who is that?
Brad Garrett, the comedian from Everyone Loves Raymond. These are like actors and comedians, and every post is just politics.
Wait, Robert De Niro's posting about politics?
Oh, bro. Yeah. Robert De Niro. Not Robert Downey Jr. Robert De Niro.
Okay. What is he, like an anti-Trumper?
No, he's got Trump derangement syndrome. And again, I'm not for or against. I don't care. But it's just crazy to me. And Brad, by the way, Brad Garrett, I know you have a club in Las Vegas, and if you'd like me to work it, I would love to perform there. But it's crazy that you're posting about fucking politics every day. You're a comic. Again, would love to headline your club. Would even love to do a couple guest spots at your club. But posting every day. I'll tell you a funny Brad Garrett story. I play poker, and I saw him in a poker room in Vegas, and I went up to him. This is like 2018. I'm like, yo, man, I'm a comic too. And he looked at me and goes, oh, cool.
And just left?
No, he was it was on break, and he was sitting away from the tournament area because you have to leave the tournament area. Yeah. And he goes, oh, cool. And I was like, oh, because, to be fair, if someone came up to me, if like you came up to me and you're like, hey, I'm a comic, I'm like, yeah, sure. They must hear, hey, Thor, come here. My dog is once again
Now, do you
ruining
think
this.
if he knew who you were, he would have been nicer or meaner to you?
I think when you're as successful as someone like that, and you're going to play a poker tournament, you don't want to be bothered by someone in your industry who you've never heard of. I think if he knew, like if I was of stature in the poker community, which I'm not either. If I was of stature of the comedy community, which I'm not, and I'm not of I'm of stature of the gooning community. So if you quite insulting, by the way, quite insulting that Channel 5 News did you unplugged my TV?
What? No.
Quite insulting that Channel 5 News did this crazy report on gooning. They interviewed about the guy, Goonergate, the guy who went to the drive-thru and was stroking his meat because there was a couple hot chick baristas. And I've been on the record before, too. If you're going to be serving coffee and, because men, this is for people that don't know and people that don't understand how male anatomy works. You wake up in the morning, you got an erection. It's called morning wood. Now, some men take care of that morning wood. Other men, like JjLiberman, I've got to go take my dogs out. I got to get vitamin D. I got to get my circadian rhythm in check. I don't beat my meat first thing in the morning. It feels like I've wasted a day. I feel like when you rub one out, you're earning something. If you're just waking up in the morning and first thing you're willy-nilly stroking your cock, I mean, that's crazy to me. Now, some people will make the argument. They got to get the devil out of their sack, which I get. Because when I get stoned, dude, sometimes I get so high, I'm like almost drooling, and I'm like, yo, I got to get in front of a computer. I can't be seen by the public because I'm paranoid, and I'm like, it's a race. It's a race against time to get in front of a computer and rub one out. Because you got to get the devil out of your sack. So I get, people wake up in the morning and I just got to get this out or else I won't be able to concentrate. Not JjLiberman. I got to get work done. It's a treat. You can't just be a gluttonous masturbator. You have to treat yourself after a hard day of work.
Couldn't agree more. What's your schedule then?
What's my schedule?
Yeah, do you have a regular gooning schedule?
Yeah, right when you turn off the camera, I'm gonna goon. So, but my point is though, so this guy, the Goonergate guy, goes for his morning innocent man, goes for a morning coffee. Bro, there's so many times I wake up and I meditate. I've stretched. I've done some Tai Chi. I've taken my dogs out for a walk. Hold on one second. I've taken my dogs out for a walk. I've done good intentional things. And I'm being a wholesome human being. And I'm on this walk. It's 9:45 in the morning. I've got an iced coffee in my hand. And bam, some chick and her boyfriend run beside me. They're sweating. I can see she's got a little sweat around her box lips. He's sweating down, and I'm just thinking, after the run, they're going to take a shower, and they're going to fuck. And when their run is over, I'm going to be in my place jerking off. And I don't want to. I haven't done anything yet. So this guy drives through to get an innocent morning coffee, and some chick in a tube top, what are they called? Bathing suit? Not bathing suit. What? She has some side boobs showing. And I'll be honest with you, as a man who's done shit with guys my whole life, but I prefer women. Every man is vulnerable to getting erections if he sees some kind of side boob, under boob. That's not, when a woman goes, I need to, or when a woman says that, she's like, you can see the the underboob. The underboob is crazy. It's like, oh my God, what a fucking tease. And a woman will just go, oh, I wear this because I'm comfortable. Okay, sure. I'll buy your little fucking propaganda. You're just wearing this because you're comfortable. There's no intention to make men horny. You liar. You liar. So when a man sees like underboob or side boob and his dick gets hard, he can't be to blame. Tuck it up. You have to tuck. You turn and tuck. You turn the body and then you tuck it up. Hopefully when you turn in a direction no one's there so you can tuck it up and you're not a pervert. So this man went back and drove through and stroked his meat, which I said that was crossing the line. That was bad. You shouldn't have done that, dude. But I get it. I think it's wrong. But to say like, you know, I would never do that. I don't condone it. I think you should. That's a crime. But like to say, oh, there's men out there that can't contain themselves. I'm like, it's not crazy to me. It's so inappropriate. But when, I'm not. Anyways, maybe we have to edit that part out. But my whole point is the fact that I did not get interviewed by Channel 5 for the gooning thing, ridiculous.
Would you consider yourself a retired, like, gooner? Like you had your days as a pro athlete and now you're kind of stepping back, more of a commentary?
No, I don't think people know that when gooning was like really getting, like there was a moment, it's still big, but there was like the takeoff was about 2 years ago on the internet. He's not going to eat your phone. Come here, Thor. Come here. That I was like one of the, MTV used to do this show. I think it was called like 15 Minutes of Fame or something like this. I don't know if you've ever seen it.
Yeah.
And there'd be like guys like me, and they would do this like, there was this viral sensation in 2025. His name was jjlibermanl, and his imprint on the internet. That's crazy. That.
Right. But do you know how many of those would exist now in this age of like
I know.
the amount of mentally ill people that were getting 15 minutes of fame?
Truthfully, I'm not even that big. Obviously.
But people recognize you on the street.
I know. But in terms of like, that's like Hawk Tua big. And again, I've always talked about Hawk Tua and the family of Fats. I can't believe, the family of Fats still, for those who don't know the family of Fats, that's the Costco kids. That's what are they? AJ Big Justice?
Yeah, the Rizzler.
The Rizzler. Well, he's not part of the family, but he's part of that movement.
Big Justice, and Andrew Belafumo.
You know what's so crazy though?
What?
Is that people like anytime you take a shot at the Rizzler, people will like snap on me on the internet. Yeah, they'll go, hey man. It's like that Will Smith, keep the Rizzler's name out my mouth.
But you do feel bad for him though.
I think it's. I don't feel bad for him. Hold on. I have to change my dog's diaper. Not change it. Fix it. I don't feel. Can they hear me or not?
Not really. Just save it for. I pause the time.
Truth be told, I don't feel bad for the Rizzler. I don't feel bad for AJ Big the kid.
Dude, he's 11.
I would no. This is what I feel. I don't think anyone should be in the limelight and the spotlight that young. Now, if they're taking that money and they're like actively, like I believe there's a world where if you can like, if you're like probably seeing someone like some kind of I don't know. I kind of actually agree with you. I don't think anyone like you have this idea. Like when I was growing up, I wanted to go on supermarket sweeps. And I think there was another show you do with like those shows you do like on Nickelodeon with your parents. And my mom would always be like, no, don't do it. And in my head, I was like, you cunt. I didn't know the word. But, there's certain times as you're
felt
growing. Yeah, you felt like, you dumb cunt. Let me just be on fucking the TV, Nickelodeon with you. But now you look back and you're like, she wasn't doing it to protect me. She was just being lazy. But there was like some form of protection. Because it is true. You just don't want to get too successful or too like in the spotlight early because now what ends up happening to, sometimes I'll like look at IMDb's from certain actors and certain movies. Like I'm like, where are they now? and they acted for a few years. They had like a thing, and then they just went away. And either that's like really healthy or it's really destructive. Like that one guy on the street. Did you see him a couple months ago? He was going viral. He was a kid actor, and now he's on like the streets of Las Vegas doing heroin. I don't know what his name was.
Yeah, that's usually the story.
Yeah, usually the story because I think what ends up happening is kind of like even going to college. I think college was a waste of time. I think like you learn nothing, but I also think like doing it for a couple years is because you have to learn how people act and how people, like going for a year and dropping out and realizing it's not for you is better than just not going. Like going for a year or even like traveling the year before college and like trying to see the world and then going for a year of college and you're like, oh, this is definitely not for me. I just traveled the world or whatever. I think those things are all so much better. Like I dropped out of college after going to 6 of them, and there was never a point. I was only there to play baseball, but there was never a point where I was like, oh, I'm going to use nothing. But living through that, like going through tests and like, failing and stuff like that all served a purpose in the grand scheme of things. So yes, the family of fat is gross, and I don't know why they're not on Ozempic. And that's again, AJ Big Justice.
It's crazy you don't feel bad for the kid though. He's gonna be doing heroin in 5 years.
I don't know if he's gonna be doing drugs, but I do feel bad that the father, because if you don't know the whole story behind the Costco guys, you just have to go back to the oldest posts. The father was trying everything possible.
Really?
Everything. He was like
before the fame?
Yeah, he's like 3 tips for financial advice. He is the ultimate snake oil salesman.
Oh my God.
Now, to sit here right now on camera and say I wasn't trying everything would be a fucking lie. I would have done anything to get to where I am. Like anything. I would have been clean. I would have done not anything, but I did try a lot of things where there was like reaction videos or stuff like that.
But JJ, one thing is experimenting with the algorithm. The other one is exploiting another human being, your son, for a career.
Yeah. He's literally, he's a failed wrestler, and then and now he's wrestling. So before he got big, so he's now in like the AEW, but that was his dream. Like, so he's literally a guy, and you kind of have to respect it at some level, willing to do anything, and the price is his family. But anyways,
what do you think that family dynamic looks like? You think they just all like just suck off the Rizzler because he's literally paying like for their vacations?
No, I think the family dynamic is either this. On camera, they're like, they just know how to turn it on now, and off camera, it's actually crazy because we did have Honey Boo Boo's sister on our podcast last month, and that's going to come out next month. And she was like totally honest, and I do think there's like an element of behind the scenes, it's probably fucking crazy, or there's like a small percentage that they're actually like, it's incredible. But I would think there's more chaos than not. And I think in terms of this guy, because we got to go in a second, I think this guy is savvy enough. Like, if he's willing to do all these things to get to where he was, like, you should see it. It's like 3 financial advice. He was doing sports. They were doing like food things. He was doing everything. And then the Costco thing popped off. I think there's like an element of him. Like, everyone is aware eventually. Like, I spend crazy money, but I'm still aware that you're like, this is going to end at some time. You need to get your money saved. So, like, even myself, I'm, like, saving money. Not as much as
just now, he put together $5,000. He saved $5,000 after buying a condo.
And it goes all to you. So, anyways, this is the greatest podcast for elite losers, and I am JJ Lieberman.